Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. So, y'all, now this book that was just supposed to have been released by well, not released by Kim Porter because she didn't release the book. Someone else actually had the book published and released. But y'all, I kind of had speculations about it at first, but then like kind of, well, how would I know if it's, if these are Kim Porter's actual words or not? I mean, I wouldn't know. But come to find out, that book is, from what Albie Shore is saying, it's a fake. Comes to find out, y'all, from what Albie Shore is saying about this book, from allegedly from Kim Porter, or from Kim Porter's memoir, is a fake, and a lot of the stuff that was in it is not true. So at first, I was kind of, just like I said, I was kind of speculating in the beginning if those were actual words from Kim Porter, because I was thinking to myself, who's to know if whoever published this book might not have added their own little things to try to make it a little bit more juicy or a little bit more to have people talking about it, which they really had everybody talking about it because this videos all over YouTube. People all in the blogs and everywhere was talking about this Kim Porter's memoir being published. And now I think it's like a bestseller on Amazon, I believe. I think I saw that. It's like a bestseller on Amazon. So come to find out, I'll be sure saying that it was fake. So y'all, let's get into this. I'll be sure calls for an investigation into Kim Porter's death and alleged original book notes. The singer and Porter's ex tagged several law enforcement agencies in his request. I'll be sure R&B singer and ex of late model Kim Porter is calling for an investigation into her untimely passing amid Sean Diddy Combs, also Porter's ex, arrest following months of accusations of abuse and assault. The Night and Day singer, 56, took to Instagram Monday morning, September 23rd, with three lengthy posts sharing his suspicions that foul play was involved in Porter's death due to her plans to write a book exposing the questionable characters in her life. He also believes Porter's original book notes were stolen by publicists and conspirators under instruction from an unnamed party. He also claims that his life has been threatened for attempting to expose the truth. This comes 5 months after he implied Diddy may have had something to do with him slipping into a coma in 2022. For over a decade and a half, I've been posting about and tagging random law enforcement agencies in hopes to protect loved ones, avoid deaths and tragedies that could have all been avoided. Despite this, I have been ignored, ridiculed, and medically silenced to cover up the crimes you're now all aware of by a very aggressive PR team and costly campaign to silence and physically harm me for exposing. It only aimed to prevent me from further sharing publicly the facts and insights at Lady KP shared with me during our frequent and intimate conversations in her selfless attempts to save my life by sharing frequent plans to do harm and possibly by ending my life. That's crazy, y'all. That is so crazy. All right. He went on. I am writing this post to formally request an investigation into an entire group of individuals who work at or around the residence of Miss Kimberly Porter, including the publicist who assisted drafting this. It has come to my attention that these persons were also introduced to steal her computer and mobile devices, which contained her original book notes. So he's pretty much saying that this book that's out right now, that's supposed to be her memoir, is not actually her, not actually her words, and it's something somebody made up. I hope not. People do too much. Like I really hope. Yeah. Anyway, let me get back to this. The singer adds that copies of Kim Porter tell-all found on Amazon are full of inaccuracies, including claims that he partook in sexual depravity himself. Original notes are distinct from the fabricated bullshit and offensive pages circulating via Amazon, which depict graphic sexual acts involving me that never took place and were edited and added after Miss Porter's tragic murder. All right, that's crazy. All right. The artist also suggested that Porter's actual book notes would have been used to expose those around her, saying it would have been akin to Cassie stepping forward with her lawsuit against Diddy back in November 2023. Kimberlina was taken away from us way too soon, and before she could complete her true thoughts, before this fake, unauthorized edit released on Amazon, which the disappearance of her computer and vital evidence raises significantly more questions. It is evident that her potential to expose the reality of her personal abuses, being drugged, the sex trafficking and human trafficking she was privy to, akin to the brave actions of Miss Cassie Ventura, posed a threat to those profiting from such heinous activities. In a nutshell, Kimberly was allegedly taken from us because she was set on course to accomplish what Miss Cassie Ventura did by igniting the bonfire, which brings us here today with the avalanche that has brought Satan to their chambers. While Albie Shore never mentions Diddy by name, it's clear he's referring to the mogul who dated Porter for over a decade and with whom he shared son Christian and twin daughters Delilah and Jessie. Porter and Albie Shore share son Quincy, who recently spoke on his relationship with his father on Angela Yee's Lip Service podcast. I think we got a cool relationship, right? He tends to like try and do like the dad thing a lot. But it's like that's not really where we're at in life. Like we homies more than anything, he said. We're like, let's go do something. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's kind of where we're getting at now is actually knowing that we're two grown men. You know what I mean? We can talk about anything and everything. It's not about anything else. Anyway, so yeah, y'all. So it says check out Albie Shore's plea to authorities on Porter's half below. And these are Albie Shore's these are from or actually or the post that he posted with this, y'all. So we read excerpts from it in the article. So I'm not going to read this whole thing. However, I will do the screenshots and post them up on a video. And it may still be hard for y'all to even see this. So if that's the case, then y'all can just go on his Instagram or on his social media page and y'all can see the post up there. I think everybody's been posted it by now because I think I saw it on the shade room or something this morning. So but yeah, if y'all can't see it on here on this video, then just go out there, y'all, and see what it is that he posted. So basically, he's saying that the book is a lie, and I've heard a few people say that, but it's almost kind of like, well, you know what, just like I said to my sister earlier today, I'm gonna go ahead and go with what Albie Shore said because Albie Shore has been speaking truth all this long time. He's been speaking truth for years. Nothing's changed about what this man has said. But yet we had the best friend come out said that she wasn't writing a book, although we had Albie Shore, Kimora Lee, and a couple of other her close friends who said that she was. So I do believe that she was writing a book. I did hear that she gave flash drives to a few of her friends who had these flash drives. So I was assuming that this person who was supposed to have finished up this book or put this book out there, put her book out there. I kind of felt like maybe he went into the friends and maybe got the flash drives or maybe got notes or something like that and maybe got some type of permission. Not that he needed permission from any one of her friends, but I'm just saying to even go along with to even write that book. But come to find out, y'all, what Albie Shore is saying, everything about what's in that book for the most part is a lie. That's not actually what came from Kim Porter. And the computer where she actually had the notes to the real book she was writing was one that was did he say stolen? Yeah, that was stolen from her, I think he said. But anyway, she was no longer in possession of that computer or I can't remember. Now I just read this, y'all, and I'm sitting here. I can't remember if he said it was stolen, and if it was stolen before or after she passed. And I wanted it had to been after she passed, y'all. I'm not even gonna do that to myself and go combing through here trying to see where I found that at and all of that. I think it was after she passed that computer and some of her other things came up missing, y'all. But it's just all a mess. Either which way, it's just really all a mess. It's a mess if the book is for real, and it's still a mess if it's not, because now, now we really want to know what Kim Porter had to say. You know what I'm saying? If this book is not for real, and then if it's not for real, then it's something else that's being added on to what her kids have to go through. This person, whoever put this book out, they should not have, I don't know, y'all. Just like I said, people just so all people see are dollar signs. They don't care who they hurt in the process to get it, which is why we're talking about this right now. Because just like I said, people do not care who they hurt in the process to get a couple of dollars, and that's why Diddy is in a predicament that he's in right now. That's why he's in the predicament that he's in right now, because he has hurt people allegedly. He has hurt people and even went further to keep secrets to make sure that there was nothing that was going to interfere with him making his money. So all of this stuff is coming back to slap him in the face right now, y'all. But for the kids to have to already go through what they have going on with their father, I don't care. I don't care if they knew or what this man had going on or whatever. At the end of the day, that is their father, y'all. At the end of the day, that is their father. So they already hurt by that. They already still hurting over the fact of losing their mother. And now you have all of this big conspiracy and all of this going on with your father that has him in jail. And it's just the biggest news that's out right now, outside of the presidential, the election. But Diddy news is really kind of like the biggest news that's out right now. So Diddy is just all over the place. So just like I said, they still dealing with losing their mom. And now you have all of this stuff going on with your dad that he's probably going to be sitting in jail for the rest of his life. And now, on top of all of this, you have this book that comes out that's supposed to be the words of your mother, that's talking all of this. It's just all of this raunchy stuff and just all of this, that's a little bit too much. Now, Quincy and Christian, they may be able, because they may have tougher skin than the girls. I'm sure at some point or on some level it's still bothering them. But for them girls, for the twins, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I just hate that I just really hate that they have to go through that. But at the end of the day, Diddy knew what he was doing. And just like I said in one of those other videos, it was his arrogance of thinking that what he was doing was never going to get out and he was never going to be caught. It was never going to be a big thing. It was going to be his word against whoever's, and all of that, y'all. Diddy didn't know this. Diddy probably just as much surprised. He probably just as much surprised by all of this that a whole lot of other people are, because I don't think that he ever thought that this would happen to him. He never thought that this would happen to him, because if he did, he would have stopped doing what he was doing 20 and 30 years ago. But he still continued to do it all the way up until he got caught. All the way up until recently, he was still doing the same things that people been saying that he's been doing. So he's the cause of the heartache for his kids as well. And then on top of that, Lord have mercy, if he had anything to do with the passing of Kim Porter, he's the cause of everything bad in them kids' life. He's the cause of everything bad. He took their mother from them. And then on top of that, you have them and all of this and all that you have going on. They might despise that man. If they find that out, if that comes out about he did that to their mother, they would despise him. They will despise him. Well, I'm not gonna say that they will despise him. I feel like that if I were in their shoes, I probably would most definitely despise him. But we don't know. We don't know what's going to. We don't know what's going to happen with that. But we will see, because I really do feel like, and a lot of people feel like, that this man really did have something to do with Kim Porter's death, just as much as we feel like he had something to do with Tupac's death and with Biggie Small's death. It just, I mean, just a whole lot. His hands are definitely bloody and dirty and all of that. All of that. So he's innocent of nothing. So, anywho, y'all, we will see whatever else will go on with this and what's going on with this book. I guess at this point, because of the computer in which she had her notes was stolen, I'm sure that that's been destroyed by now, so that no one would ever be able to go into it and get anything. So I'm kind of feeling the thing about her having flash drives and giving a few of her flash drives to some of her closest friends and all of that. Maybe she really did do that. So I really don't know. I kind of do feel like this book is fake, but then it kind of felt like that some things in it could have been, felt like it could have been a real thing. But again, y'all, I will say I'll be sure I've been on point. He's been speaking out about Diddy for years, and he's been saying the same thing about this man for years. And then since Kim Porter's passed, he's been saying the same thing. And then all of a sudden, he ends up in a coma and he's almost dead. And nobody even knew anything about Al B. Shore even saying anything about ever being sick, or nobody knew any type of reason why he would suddenly end up in a coma. So people speculated Diddy, and then he came out of the coma and he started saying, without saying Diddy, he was saying Diddy. So this man, just like I said again, y'all, every time I come across something new with him or hear something new about him or going on with him, I still stand with, he needs to be at where he is, and all of this needed to happen. Like, this needed to happen. You can't keep doing dirt. You can't keep doing people dirty and think you're gonna get away with it. You can't keep doing that. What I'm saying about Diddy is that he was kind of running around like he was Clive Davis or somebody. That's what I'm saying. He was kind of running around like he was Clive Davis, but you're not Clive Davis. He thought he had that Clive Davis power, and then he found out that he didn't, because look at what's going on with him right now. So if he had that power, somebody's going to have to fall. Somebody's going to have to be the fall guy, just like R. Kelly was. R. Kelly was the fall guy at that time around when when all of that was going on, because he wasn't the only one doing what he was doing, just as well as Diddy and Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein and all of them. I don't care if they black, white, red, yellow, or blue. I don't care what color they are. If they are in that industry, 9 times out of 10, I ain't gonna say they did it, but I feel like that they are part of some things that we don't supposed to know that they are a part of. And a lot of that stuff that I've been hearing, I don't care, you can call them conspiracies or whatever you want to call them, but a lot of that stuff that I've been hearing for years, come to find out, that stuff has been, there's been some truth behind that stuff. So it wasn't all lies, and it wasn't just people talking out the side of their faces. These were things that were really happening, or really happened, and really going on. So, but it's just all crazy though, and it's all sad for Kim Porter's kids. It's all sad for Kim Porter's kids, because just like I said, not only do they have uh going on with their father, what's going on with him, but they don't even have their mother here to even comfort and shelter, and tell them what was true, and or be able to answer questions. Let me put it like that. Be able to answer questions that they might have. because I'm sure they have a whole lot of questions after this. But they're not going to get an answer from their father. I doubt very seriously if they get an answer, or if they get a straight answer from him. So, they don't have her here to protect them. And every time I think about and see all of this stuff going on with Diddy, my mind just reverts back to Kim Porter's kids, because they literally just lost their mother. They literally just lost their mother. And now they have all of this going on with their father sitting behind bars. And then they might find out that he did, that he might be the reason why their mom is not here. So prayers for them, y'all, because they're definitely going through a whole lot right now. But Diddy, again, I will say he is at where he needs to be at. And I'll be sure it's gonna keep on going on, y'all. So we will find out eventually what happened with this book and what's going on with this book that's floating around. I wonder if people are gonna be able to get their money back after they find out that this book is because I think a lot of people went into it thinking that this was the actual memoir, that these were Kim Porter's words. And I know a lot of people thought that it was true, because look at all of the videos out there on YouTube about it. I actually made a video about it when I saw that the book was released. But at the same time, although I saw that the book was released and published, it still kind of was in my head like, could this actually be Kim Porter's book, or was this somebody playing around? So come to find out, from what I'll be sure is saying, is somebody playing around. So, screw you, person. I can't even think of whatever the name is of the person who was supposed to have published the book or did whatever. But yeah, screw you too. I'm glad I ain't put no money into it. I'm glad I ain't spent no money on it yet, because I would have been wondering if it was a way I could have got my 20, what I think is like $21 or something, either got my $21 back, or I just would have been asked out $21 or however much the book costs, because they may not be giving refunds. But yo, that's just a mess. That's just a mess that somebody went through all of that to make all of this up. But again, I will say I don't think all of it is made up, y'all. I don't think all of it is made up. I think that maybe the truth may have been stretched in some circumstances, in some cases, and maybe in some cases that the story is just not true at all. But I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. But I'm gonna roll with. I'll be sure though. If he says it is what it is, then I'm gonna go ahead and roll with him, because he ain't lied. He been selling this. He's been saying the same thing for years. He's been saying the same thing for years. Even when the best friend tried to say it wasn't a book, he was still standing by the fact that Kim was writing a book. So, but anyway, y'all, thank y'all for watching my video. I'm out.